As a student and a volunteer, my community has given me so much, and now it's time for me to give back. You asked me what I can do to stop violence in my community. I'm starting by writing this essay. I'm not only writing this message for adults, but for children also. I hope this message affects their future decisions and stop them from committing violent acts. And being that I'm young, gives me a very early opportunity to start talking to people and connecting to kids my age. We can work on violence-free friends. And what that is where you meet someone, maybe your friends, family, maybe even a stranger, and you tell them all about how you're trying to stop violence in your community. And make sure they know it's something you do all of the time. Tell them the effort and dedication it takes for this program. It promotes you not to fight, argue, shoot, and smoke. If you spread the word or make someone your violence-free friend, it will get around. And I hope the violence will end in our community. Nobody can do everything, but everybody can do something.
One thing I can do to stop the violence in my community is by speaking up and setting examples for many people around me. For my past 6 years in school, I have been considered a great role model and a great student for who I am and the things that I have done. I feel that it is my job to give good examples of how people should speak and act in public and or at home or around their friends and family. I could go around the community and start an important chain of good deeds that will really benefit our community and make a change to myself and to the others around me. If there was one thing I could do, it would be to form a community club for the people who have the same feelings for the community that I do, and we would go around the community picking up trash and showing what's right and what's wrong. I would also want to start a program to show kids how bad drugs are for you and the effect they already have on the community and the effect they could have on our generation. I have had many events in my life where there has been violence and or use of drugs. The one thing that I would want to ban from the community and the earth would be cigarettes, because cigarettes were a part of my grandmother's death, and I'm pretty sure they were a part of millions of other people's death, and also either gave them lung cancer or lung failure, which is what my grandma died from after receiving cancer, most likely because she smoked. My name is Jatavian Peterson, and the way I can make a change in my community is by making it my job to give examples of what people should do and speak up and tell them what's right, and to influence people in our community to make it look and be a better community, and to keep the violence level as low as possible. If I was strong enough to stop all the violence, even though there's too much, I would do my best to cancel it all out for my safety and for the safety of my peers. My job is to enable all young people, especially those who need me most, to reach their full potential as productive, caring, and responsible citizens.
To begin with, my name is Simeon Waters, and I have very high hopes for our adults. They are supposed to lead us kids to a better generation. But all the rape, stealing, robbers, murders, gangs, and thugs are bad examples. An officer came talking to us about violence and how he grew up in Project Lane, and he's not a thug or a gangster. He is a black successful man. And you're supposed to teach people about God and how there is a heaven and hell. And by doing bad things, you can go to hell. And you don't want to go there, so teach them about God.
I will stop drugs. I help old people pick up trash. I will stop fights. I will stop liars. Guns are bad. I will stop robbers.
First of all, I think that people would stop the violence. Other people can hurt other people. If people would stop the violence, this would be a better world. I know how it feels, so I feel it every day. I would stop the violence by telling other people to stop the violence. Then if they won't listen to me, then I would try to get the president and go on TV and talk about stopping the violence. Finally, if that did not work, then I would go to people's house and knock on their door and see if they would stop the violence.
like gunshots in our community. I will help our community by picking up trash. I will help our community by walking people across the street. What I can do to stop the violence in my community is to stop bad things I'm doing. Or if you see somebody get hurt, to go tell an adult it's important to save someone else's life. And to show people that doing bad things are not going to get you nowhere in life. All it is going to do is get you in a place you don't want to be. That's why I teach my sisters how to do the right things, so that when they grow up to be my age, they will know right from wrong. That's why I spread the word, do the right thing, and there will be no consequences. But if you do the wrong thing, you will have to deserve the consequences. And one day you will do the right thing, and one day you will spread the word from right and wrong, and then you will be doing something right for our community. And that's my essay about what I can do about the violence in my community.
It's easy saying you're against violence, but working to make the peace in our community is a little more difficult. It means you understand what violence is and you know it when you see it. What I can do is influence people to choose specific actions and behaviors that work and are positive, healthy, and peaceful. Encouraging other individuals to reduce violence is something I can do. Knowing and teaching others ways to settle disputes without violence can also be done. Understand and practice basic self-protection strategies. Work with police, civics groups, school officials, and others to address larger issues for the community. Identifying, discussing, and solving troubling conditions in our community. Offering an attractive array of both family-oriented and youth-focused events will help. Coordinate community groups to develop comprehensive anti-violence strategies and plans. Mentoring and other outreach programs or services to troubled youth or family will also help stop violence. Violence affects everyone, the victims, their families, and friends. It would be a better community if all violence could be stopped. Wouldn't have to worry about going out without getting shot or in a fight.